Hello and welcome to another Brett Plays review. Now this is a flight and review that I've already done before, but I'm actually going to revisit. So it's a revisited aircraft. So initially I looked at this back in middle of 2021. The guys put out an early release version of this as the Beast Microjet. Well, now they've changed the name to Beast Horus. Horus, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Microjet is what it is, obviously. Look, this is something they're apparently developing in real life. Let's see if we can actually get around. There we go. And this one's still in development, but it's come along a long way, and I figured I would make another review on it. They did reach out to me on Twitter, I think, and said, hey, we've actually updated it a bit, should take another look. Well, I did. It's at least got a paint job, they've got an interior, and I am now reviewing version 1.1. Okay, so rather than the fully white version I had before, including a person inside, they've gone to town on the inside. It looks really good. There are still some limitations, I'll talk about those as we go, but I'm going to take this for a quick flight. Now, I can grab this, and as I move my mouse back and forth, the window goes up and down, or I can use a rolly ball to pull it down, or I can just drag it forward or back. So at the moment, that's the cockpit. All your buttons, well, let's go and have a look through. So, your gear up, gear down, yes. Check buttons, not a thing you can do. Flaps, yes. Okay, so we can actually open the cover, turn on the run. Thank you. We probably actually should turn on the battery. Got some awesome looking switches and stuff here. My generator is already on. I guess previous pilot left it on. Avionics on. And what is that? Seat pitot heat on. Battery. That might be a good idea. Can we have the battery on, please? Okay, I don't have a flight plan in at the moment, so there is nothing to show. This is a standard screen from Microsoft. What else do we have here? We have an ELT and our parking brake. We also have an ESP, AP disconnect, smoke that is non-functional. Also smoke here, not functional. Probably just as well. I've been sitting in the smoke now. Air brake and TOGA or TOGA takeoff. I have no idea what it's called now. No, there is no start button though. So spending ages trying to work out how to get this thing going. Look back at their site, website, which I'll have the link in the description. It's a Control-E thing. So they haven't implemented a start button. Which is a bit of a shame. So, Control-E, or I've got a start button on my controls. I'll turn that up so you can hear the awesome little jet. Decent paint job. I think it's got this one and one other. The other one's a bit more plain, I think. Flight controls. We also have air brakes that opens up the back there. That's pretty cool. We don't have a pilot. No matter which pilot you choose, default or one of the other pilots that are in there, they've not implemented a Microsoft Flight Sim pilot in here. Okay, so sounds like we're almost up there. I think it goes about 29,000 RPM for idle. Yeah, actually it's going to go over 30. Am I all the way back? Yep, okay. Almost 30,000 for idle. Guess it is a jet. Alright. Park brake off. I've got my own controls for that. You can use the mouse if you want to. They haven't updated the views. The views are still the one we're in now. Underneath for some reason, nose. So yeah, but you can look left and it will stay looking left, or we can look right, it will stay looking right, which means What I mean is it doesn't do this and bounce back, there and bounce back. It stays. But look, that's not too much to worry about. Alright, what we'll do is we will take off, we do have 2 levels of flaps, good for landing, not really good for takeoff. It's almost like an air brake there, turning this thing into a airfoil to land that. Okay, so we'll get ourselves onto the runway here. I'll take off, I'll run around Sydney, show you how maneuverable and how cool this is to fly. It's nice to have the cockpit in now too. There's been a few aircraft that have come out over the time. Wow, it taxis really fast. It's really light too. Ooh, brakes work really well. I think it's actually quite well modelled down there. Just need a pilot. Alright. But let's give this a go. Beautiful view. I think this would be great in VR. Alright, I'm at 59,000. Maybe I'll just bring that back. RPM. That is takeoff. We're up. Gear up. Thank you. It reminds me of the L39. Alright, and let's head out through to the city. We don't have an altitude set. No. Okay, so let's put in 2,000 feet and autopilot. Heading. Let's actually make that further to north, so I can actually move that over to north. And I don't. It blew through 2,000. Probably going too fast. Yeah, so there is basic autopilot. I'm using my controls to do that. You can actually press, if I had a nav plan in there. I've noticed I had trouble doing the vertical speed. That might have been my deal. Alright, we are overspeeding. This thing just gets going. Alright, let's go for a dive under the bridge like I normally do. This is pretty fun for low-level flying or aerobatics or anything like that. So look at, I'm doing 294 knots. Hello, Opera House. That's pretty cool. Now, being inside, you've got such an awesome view here. Let's go through Darling Harbour here. Try not to hit one of these expensive boats. We can get down pretty low. It scare the living daylights out of these boats and the people walking across that bridge. And then power up, and oh my god, look at the climb. Awesome. Some negative G's so you pass out, that's the way. Bit of fun. Now I have noticed that you sometimes need to trim this nose down, especially when you're powering up, so that I don't sit there with my stick pushing forward to keep the nose down. Just add some trim. Works out really well. What are we doing now? Another 270, and it can really throw it around. See if we can follow this railway line. Okay, now we're overspeeding. Can always put that air brake on and that'll slow us right down. Look at that. Drop 40 knots like no time. Buildings, not a cool thing to have to run into, so let's follow that railway line a little longer. And what we'll do is we'll bring it in on the end of Sydney Airport. Let's see how well it lands. Great view. This would be good for VR, like I was saying a moment ago. So they've done well on redeveloping this, or continuing to develop, I mean. Alright, we'll take 2 levels of flaps and some air brakes, and this thing just starts to hover. Oh, not hover, but kite. That's probably more the word. Float. Actually, probably a little too slow there. What do we get down to? Yeah, we're almost stalled. Oh, sorry guys, I crashed your plane. Okay, probably best to stay in the cockpit there. But yeah, I got down to probably almost 50 knots there. Actually, I must have got down to below 50 knots. You can see that's where the stall is. Fun plane. Continue to get development. Beast Horus, link will be in the description. They have updated it recently. I'm not sure if they took it off for a while and then put it back on. Quite happy with it. I think that'd be a bit of fun. If you're into VR, great view from a single jet aircraft. Just going to park it up here. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all the rest. Alright, and we'll shut it down same way we started it up. Oh, that was not even on. Canopy open. Don't seem to get different sound from there. And off with the battery. We will actually turn off the engine master as well. There you go. Cool aircraft. Sounds like my jet's still cooling down. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Cheers.